Today I want to paint a picture taken by a friend of mine and on what method, and this is my setup. This is my color chart, this is my watercolor. In fact it's quite a cheap one, about 40-50 ringgit per box, 24 color. And then my simple water brushes, nothing special. So my paper, I started with wetting the paper because it's wet on the wet, and then as I work at some blue so that I can have some cloud, And this is the brush that I use, a big brush, and this is the light blue that I use. I painted the hill using dot patches of color. Okay, and then I use the brush that is not so big one now. This is the one that is smaller, and my color I darkened it with some other greenish blue. This is how I painted this. I am trying to. Anyway, it's the hill. Look at the hill. And then the foreground is still slightly bluish white. The beauty of watercolor wet on wet is that color transparent. So you look at this, there are a lot of color play in this. And I'm using simple stroke only. Nothing really very complicated. And I use this brush to paint just now one, and the color that my palette has turned into this. I am a purist watercolorist, so you see some of the area that I need to leave white. I'll paint it and then I leave white for plan for the next move, you see. Some people will use gouache to add the white. So you look at the painting as a whole. Suddenly, there is a building, the sky, the building, and this is how I plan my work. So planning your work is very important. Okay, I started to paint the trees, bushes. You see my planning, different. Now you see the trees, the bushes. Sorry, my hand is shaking when I shoot this video, but that is the relationship between. You see, I left a white building, which is there in the picture, and now I'm going to start slowly finishing up the painting. Okay, this is the completed work. I've decided to leave the white patches there because it looks good to me. It is natural. Then when I painted the hill, I thought it was also very good, so I leave it. So I concentrate on this. You look at the way I paint the bushes or the tree far away. I got tonal quality, I'm using a vertical flat brush. So it's tonal quality. And then look at here. I add yellow so that the color pull it back to. And then look at these brushes. So prominent, I don't bother to touch over because it is not important. And you come to here. You come to this tree. You see, this is a different way of stroke. This is a different stroke. So you practice strokes sometimes. And I use very simple color only. And you look at this. You look at these dark patches of green, And I draw this building. I do the whole thing with water, and then I paint the sky, I paint the hill, and then I paint the foreground as we have seen. The color I purposely put yellow into the green so that they are beautiful flow of color. You see, like this. Leave it. Don't take over. And then I leave it white. Huh? So the painting is rather simple, I keep it very simple. And you look at my color very simple also. I use this few color only. And if you want to look at my brushes, for painting the bushes, I use this lah. I use this small, and that's the end of it lah. I leave the original light blue here. Don't want to touch up. So I consider this as a completed painting. Thank you very much for watching.